Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Sunday and it's 3:07, and I went to Zehrs today to do a bit of grocery shopping, and at Zehrs in Woodstock, Ontario, little mini chickens, your little fryers, are on special for like less than $9 a fryer. So I'm getting ready to cook up supper tonight, and we'll have some leftovers for this week, so I can make actually nourish bowls if I choose to, chicken sandwiches. I can make a chicken stew if I want to. You can take your leftovers from the chicken today and you can make up some chicken stew. So there's lots of options. Hi, Carlo, how are you? Carla, no, it's Carrie. Hi, how are you? I need new glasses. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to season up this chicken and actually cook it in my steamer in the microwave. Probably this is a fairly large breast chicken, so it'll probably be between 22 minutes and 25 minutes. It's not frozen. Whenever I'm working with chicken, I always like working it on my cookie sheet so it keeps everything contained. I don't like using cutting boards all that much with chicken. So a couple of you guys have been saying to me, hey, I don't know exactly how to use all my spice blends. You know, Epicure is really versatile. You don't have to stay connected with just one spice blend. You can use all kinds of spice blends. So if you wanted to sprinkle some herb and garlic or any of the dip blends onto your chicken, you're more than welcome to do that. I always add 3 onion to everything that I'm cooking. So 3 onion is like that. Instead of chopping onions, I just use it on everything. We have things that you can use in the spice series. And there's a whole pile of these. They're smaller jars. This is the rosemary garlic. They're called oven fries, but it's really a great seasoning to put on chicken. So I'm going to use that today for sure. I'm going to use our turmeric black pepper because this is I'm in love with the turmeric black pepper. To me, you need some seasonings on that. I'll be using sea salt or I could have used all-purpose seasoning, but I don't have any today, so I have to order some. So there's other spice blends that are coming back for the summer season on May the 1st is the barbecue chicken and rib rub. That's another one that's really good. You can sprinkle roasted garlic on your chicken, or even SPG, which is salt, pepper, and garlic. Actually, I'm going to use this one too because I really, really like it. So when I'm cooking, I'm seasoning up my chicken. What I like to do is I actually like to cook the chicken in the steamer. And if you're not familiar with the steamer, this is a tool that a lot of people have in their kitchens. They're not necessarily using it to cook with meat, so I'm going to show you how you can do that. You can do homemade fajitas in here, ground beef to make sloppy joes, spaghetti sauce, any of that kind of stuff. You can make homemade lasagna in here. You can cook all your vegetables. You don't add any water to this. So you can do a whole head of cauliflower, just chop it up, put it in. You can add seasonings if you want right away, or you can just cook them in the microwave for about 6 to 7 minutes to the texture you want. They're really, really, really awesome. So, and they're pliable, okay? So I like to put mine on a plate when I'm transferring it from my kitchen to my pantry, because my microwave is actually in my pantry because I don't have enough counter space if I have my microwave on the counter in here. So it's a food grade silicone. It doesn't leach any bad ingredients into your food at all. And it's really a good tool to reheat your food in as well. So instead of using those plastic containers, I always recommend, and there's 2 sizes. There's this size and a loaf pan size. That's the one we normally use to reheat in our home. So every chicken, when you buy a chicken from Zehrs, there's normally a string. So I'm just going to take this string out. If you want to keep the string in, go ahead, but I always like taking the string off. And I'm going to start by seasoning my breast side first, because then I can throw it into the steamer and then finish seasoning it all up after. So I touch the chicken. So before I touch my spices, I want to go wash my hands. I always have a sink full of soapy clean water whenever I'm cooking with chicken. So hang on a sec. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start seasoning with salt, pepper, garlic, and I just sprinkle it on like this. There's no rules or regulations. I just season it all up. I'm gonna actually add some rosemary garlic to this. Sprinkle that on top. And if you want to put it inside the carcass too, you can do that. So touch your chicken and just throw a little bit in the carcass. It'll season up from the inside too. I'm gonna take 3 onion. I should have opened these jars before I touched everything. 3 onion. I love throwing that right into the carcass like that. And then I'm gonna sprinkle some more on here. I'm gonna hit it with some salt. And I'm gonna hit it with my turmeric pepper. And it's gonna go in the steamer now. I'll pull it back so you see. I grab by the legs and I just throw breast down into the steamer, okay? So now I'm gonna get rid of this and wash my hands again. And a lot of people are freaking out because I cook the chicken in the microwave. I have to tell you the truth, when I first heard that you could actually cook a fryer chicken in the microwave, I thought people were crazy. I thought, that's so gross, no way, I'm never gonna cook a chicken in the microwave. And one of my dear friends that I trust with my life posted a picture of her chicken, and she said she had cooked it in the steamer on the microwave. And I know she had the same mentality I did at the time, where no way, it's not gonna happen, that's so gross. And I trusted her enough and I did it. And my husband is so funny. He goes, you didn't. I'm putting SPG on it. You didn't. I go, yeah, I did. He goes, you didn't. And I says, yeah, I did. And I'm telling you, if you want fast, easy meals, this is one way you can get a chicken and it'll be done in 25 minutes. You have to have a thermometer though to make sure it hits the temp. So you make sure that the bigger pieces of chicken hit about 180 degrees, 190. I'll check on my thermometer when I come back. So I'm gonna just hit this with some pepper too. And you can put as little as much seasoning as you want. I want good flavor on here. Now, you just put the lid on. You don't put any water in here. If you wanted to, pardon me, put a bunch of vegetables in here, like carrots and potatoes and all that, you can. But I like roasting my vegetables instead of steaming them. So all I'm gonna do now is I put the lid on. So the vent is on the opposite side of the handles. And I'm gonna put this on a plate too. Because when you're holding this, right, and if the lid pops, there's a lot of steam that's gonna be building out on here. And if your fingers are on the edge, you end up getting a steam burn. The other thing too is you can take a tea towel, fold it, and then just transport like this. But I just like doing it on a plate. It's a lot easier. I just grab from the bottom to the top. So I'm gonna pop this out into the microwave. I'll do 15 minutes at high heat. And then from there, I'm gonna come back and I'll take my thermometer and I'll make sure, I'll go grab my thermometer. So this is my thermometer, and it says poultry is at for whole poultry, 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'll poke this in, and once it hits the temp, then it'll be good. But I started at 15 minutes, just take a look at it, and then I'll probably add another 10 minutes, and I'll have a chicken ready to go. My husband likes to debone all the chicken. There'll be a bunch of juice that we can use for gravy tonight, and yeah. So if you're rushed on a weekday, buying a whole chicken like this, but I wouldn't cook it from froze in this. So you can defrost it, season it up, cook it on a Sunday afternoon, and now debone it, and you have all kinds of options for the week. With your chicken sandwiches, like I said, you can do stews with it, you could add it into stir fries, just different things. So a lot of you are looking for fast and easy recipe solutions. So I hope this was helpful for you. And then you're gonna ask if it like browns. It browns. There's pictures There's other videos I've done showing you how to do this, but they're really deep down into the system. I'm gonna go throw this in the microwave. I'll come back and see if you guys have any questions. So type out any questions that you might have in the next few seconds while I go throw this in my microwave, okay? So the other thing that's happening too is I'm kind of meal prepping for the week, and a number of you have been asking me, how do I meal prep? So what I tend to do is I always buy my meats on special at Zehrs. I always start at most of my meals, whatever meats we want during the week. And steaks are on special at Zehrs as well right now. So I bought some steaks. And so this week, one of the meals I'm gonna do is beef stroganoff. So I'll just slice up that meat and get it all organized, put it in the fridge in a just a Ziploc bag, ready to go. And then probably tomorrow night or on Tuesday night, I'll pull everything out, follow the directions on the beef stroganoff, and that will be one meal for us this week. The other thing too is they had ground beef on special at Zehrs. So with ground beef, I have quite a few options with Epicure. I could do a taco, so we can do tacos. We haven't had tacos for a while, so I may do tacos. We can do cha-cha chili. So this cha-cha chili takes literally 20 minutes to make, 25 minutes at the most. So you can do it on a cooktop, or you could even do it in the microwave in the steamer. So if you've never done that and you want to experience that, let's have a cooking class. You can book me to do a cooking class for you and your friends and figure out, what do you need help with? What are some of the dilemmas you want me to sort out for you? The other thing you can do with ground beef that has been really popular is the Sloppy Joe. If you haven't tried Sloppy Joe, it's super delicious. That one's super, super easy to do. So those are the ones that you can use with the ground beef, okay? So that could be one option for you during the week. You can make, a lot of these are freezable. You make them and you can freeze them, and you can have them for lunches for your husband or yourself, or different things like that. For those of you like pasta, and mac and cheese is a go-to. Epicure's mac and cheese is super delicious. This has no artificial colorings or anything in them. Super easy to use because you can make your basic mac and cheese with it. But on the back here, there's 3 other options for recipes. So there's a pizza mac and cheese, and that means you would throw in a little bit of marinara sauce into your mac and cheese. That is actually really good. It comes out to be like a rosé sauce. The other one is a tuna casserole. I'm not too fond of tuna casseroles, so I've never tried this, but maybe I should try it and see what it's like, right? Would be a good idea, so I can share that with you guys. So if any of you have ever made the tuna casserole using the mac and cheese, post your pic and let me know how it turned out for you. The other thing too is the Alfredo. So this is something you can do with the leftovers that I'm making from the chicken currently. Is any of the leftovers I could throw into a pan, and you can do this also with regular chicken that hasn't been cooked. So one of my go-tos is I spiralize zucchini and get that cooking in the steamer in about 3 minutes. And then, but I make a chicken mushroom Alfredo sauce, super easy to do. So chicken, so you can use the chicken from the steamer I'm cooking today, or fresh chicken chopped up, throw it in a frying pan, cook it up with some mushrooms if you want. If your family likes onions, put onions. And then you throw a pack of this with the milk, or you can use chicken broth instead of milk. Stir it all up and hit it with spinach and serve it on zucchini noodles or pasta noodles. Literally super easy to do. So yeah, if anybody's interested in having a cooking class to teach you how to make a chicken Alfredo, I could do that too for you, okay? The other thing too is if you have any of the meal kits, you all know that you get 5 recipe cards per meal kit. And so there's the Indian kit, there is the Thai kit. There's also the burger kit's probably going to come back. And we have the Mexican, there's an Italian, and then there's Mexican, oh, Greek. So one of the other things I do is I actually pull from the cards. So you can just have your kids go through and decide which meal they want to try from the cards if you have a kit. And that could be 2 or 3 meals of the week. And one of the cool things some of my clients are doing is that their kids are actually, if they're old enough, they're actually making that specific meal that they find on the card. So whenever I'm meal prepping, I also use the Good Food Real Results plan. I use a lot of recipes that are from that collection too. And I kind of like I always start with my dinners, and then I try to make dinner so that I can have lunch the next day. That's how it saves me time too. We don't mind eating leftovers here, and it saves you a lot of money as well, but you can always flip a leftover into something different when you're using different Epicure spices. So I hope that is of help to you guys. I'll come back with the second stage the final stage actually, of the chicken. Once I pull it out, I'll show you what it looks like in the microwave after 25 minutes. And if you have any questions in the meantime, don't hesitate to post them. And we have some special events coming down the pipes for the month of April. So April 12th is our summer line product launch. So I'm going to post an invitation, and you're more than welcome to come and try the new products for the summer season. And yeah, I hope everything's going great for you guys and that you're finding some value in my posts for you. And I did ask questions, so if you want to do the survey I kind of posted, feel free to do that for me. Okay? Take care. Have an awesome day. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Bye.